Good morning, children. Welcome back. Okay, so I hope you all are fine. The topic that we are going to deal today or discuss today is the transitive and the intransitive verbs. Okay, so today we'll be dealing with two types of verbs, that is a transitive verb and an intransitive verb. Okay, so what is a transitive verb? What is a transitive? What is a transitive verb? Now see, children, the definition. I'm going to read it out to you and then write on the board as well. Transitive verb is an action that have a direct object to receive that action, meaning, okay, I'll write it down on the board. Transitive verb is an action. Verb is an action word, isn't it? So transitive verb is an action that have a direct object. Okay, I'll come to this one. That have a direct object to receive that action, to receive that action. Okay, meaning an action is going on, okay, and then this action should be received by a direct subject, okay. That action should be received by a direct subject, which is known as a transitive verb, okay. Meaning, you'll just have to remember, don't remember this kind of a complex definition, just remember a transitive verbs needs an object to understand the complete meaning of a sentence, okay. So just remember, a transitive verb needs an object, okay, to understand the complete meaning, of a sentence, okay. So any action that has been received by a direct object is known as the transitive verb. In other words, you can just remember the simple definition, that is a transitive verbs needs an object to understand the complete meaning of the sentence, okay. Okay, I hope so far the definition is clear to you. Now I will give you some sentence examples for your better understanding, okay. You will understand this whole definition with an example, okay. Now see this sentence, children. example, okay? I'm going to cite or give you few examples. Number one, the man loves his children. Over here, loves is an action word, isn't it? But if I simply hide this one and read the sentence still here, the man loves what? It is an incomplete sentence, isn't it? So it has to be completed by an object. What? You'll have to ask the question, what? The man loves what? His children. This is the direct object. The man loves what? His children. Okay? This is the object. This is the object. Children is the object over here. The direct object. Okay? So this is the object. So this verb needs an object to understand the meaning of the sentence, the entire sentence. This is known as the transitive verb over here. So this loves over here is known as the transitive verb. Okay, another example I'm going to give you. So it is asking the question, what? The man loves what? Or whom? Okay, when you ask the question whom and what, okay, that is known as the transitive verb. Just remember, what or whom. The man loves what? His children. Or the man loves whom? His children. Okay, so it answers the question what or whom. That is known as the transitive verb. The man loves, isn't it? If you see only this part of the sentence, the meaning becomes incomplete, isn't it? So it needs an object, his children, to understand the complete meaning of the sentence. That is known as the intransitive verb. Okay, now come to the next one. Okay, another example I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you a few examples here. Number 2 is the doctor cured the patient. The doctor cured his patient. If you see this, only this part of the sentence, till the transitive verb over here, you will not understand the meaning of the sentence. The doctor cured what? Isn't it? The question arises what? He cured his patient. Isn't it? It needs an object to understand the meaning of the entire sentence. So this one is the transitive verb and this one is the object over here. So a transitive verb needs an object to understand the complete meaning of the sentence. So this one is known as the transitive verb. Okay, the doctor cured whom? You're asking the question whom or? Isn't it? The doctor cured whom? Isn't it? You'll have to ask the question what or whom in the transitive verb. So the doctor cured his patient. It requires an object to understand the meaning of the sentence. That is known as the transitive verb. Now come to the next one, that is an intransitive verb. Okay. So what is an intransitive? What is an intransitive verb? Now I'm going to read out the definition to you as well as I will write it down on the board as well, okay? An intransitive verb is an action that does not have a direct object to receive that action, okay? So in order to understand the complete meaning of the sentence in an intransitive verb, it does not require a direct object. It does not require an object. That is known as an intransitive verb. The first one, you require an object to understand the complete meaning of that sentence, and the second one, you don't require a direct object, or the action doesn't require a direct object to understand the meaning of that sentence. That is known as an intransitive verb. Now see, you'll understand it better with an example. I'm going to cite few examples for you. Before that, I'm going to write the definition for you. Okay, an intransitive verb does not require an object or an intransitive verb is an action. Okay, just wait, I'll come to this one. Is an action that does not have a direct object, that does not have a direct object to understand, direct object to receive that action, okay? So it does not require an object to receive that action or to understand the meaning of that sentence. You don't require an object, okay? In simple words, you simply remember an intransitive verb does not require an object to understand the meaning of that sentence, okay? For example, okay, second thing is an intransitive verb and verb, I'm so sorry, okay? Intransitive verb okay, it's correct only, is an action. An intransitive verb is an action that does not have a direct object to receive that action, or an intransitive verb does not need an object, okay, an object to understand the meaning of the sentence, to understand the meaning of a sentence, okay? I'm going to read it out to you. Okay, an intransitive verb does not need an object to understand the meaning, to understand the complete meaning of that sentence. Okay, so I'm going to write few examples or cite few examples for you. These are sentence examples, okay? Examples. See, number 1. She is sleeping, isn't it? You all can understand that the girl is sleeping, isn't it? Sleeping. This is the verb over there. Direct. Sorry, the main verb over here. Verb. This one is the transitive verb. Sorry, intransitive verb. This one is an intransitive verb. This is a helping verb. Is an helping verb. She is sleeping, isn't it? It does not. You all can understand them. You all can make out the meaning of the sentence that the girl is sleeping or the woman is sleeping, isn't it? You all don't require an object to understand the meaning of the sentence. You all don't need an object like she is sleeping on the bed, isn't it? You all can make out the meaning of the sentence that the person is sleeping or the girl is sleeping, isn't it? This is known when an action does not require a direct object to understand the meaning of that, does not require an object to receive that action or to understand the meaning of that sentence. It is known as an intransitive verb. So, this sleeping over here is an intransitive verb. They work hard. Number 2. They work hard. Isn't it? So, work is an intransitive verb over here. That the people, they work hard. It does not require a direct object to understand the meaning of the sentence. Okay, so when it asks the question how, when and why, it is known as the intransitive verb. In the transitive verb, it asks the question what and whom. Okay. In an intransitive verb, it asks the question how, when and where. Okay. So in order to understand or in order to differentiate the transitive and an intransitive verb, you'll have to ask the question. You'll have to read out the sentence and you'll have to ask the question. What? The doctor cured what? The doctor, if I say the doctor cured, isn't it? You will not understand the meaning of that sentence. The doctor cured what? His patient. You will require an object to understand that action, isn't it? The action of curing, isn't it? But over here, if I say she is sleeping, you all can make out the meaning, isn't it? You all don't require an object to understand the meaning of the sentence. That is known as an intransitive verb. Okay, now few examples, children, I am going to give you. For transitive, I baked a cake, isn't it? If I say I baked, you will not understand the meaning of the sentence. I baked what? You are asking the question what over here, isn't it? A cake, isn't it? This is the object. This one is the direct object and this one is the transitive verb over here. Okay. Another example, he rode a bike. He rode a bike. He rode what? Isn't it? If I say he rode, you will not understand till the verb. If I say he rode, you'll not understand the meaning. He rode what? Isn't it? He rode a bike. So it has to have an object. So this one over here, rode, is the transitive verb, and this one is the object, direct object. Rode what? This one is the direct object. Rode what? A bike. Okay. So come to the next one, that is few examples for intransitive verb. Okay. Intransitive. For intransitive. Okay. Now, I laughed. You performed an action of laughing, isn't it? You don't require an object. She laughed, he laughed, they laughed. You can make out the meaning of the sentence, isn't it? That the person laughed, isn't it? You don't require an object to understand the meaning of the sentence. So this one is known as an intransitive verb. Okay, another example. See, this one is tricky. He walks to the park. Now see children, this one is tricky. If you see the sentence in a simple way, you will feel that walk is the verb, isn't it? The verb, and park over here is an object, isn't it? But this action word works is not receiving. Okay, this object is not receiving the action. He walks what? No, isn't it? If you ask the question what? He walks where? To the park. So in intransitive verb, in all the intransitive verbs, I told you all to ask the question where, how, and when. He walks where? Isn't it? Where? To the park. So this is not the object. Please be careful over here. You'll have to ask the question. For transitive verbs, you'll have to ask the question what and whom. And for intransitive verb, after reading the sentence, you'll have to ask the question where, how, where, and when. Okay, he walks where? To the park. So this one over here is an intransitive verb. Okay, few sentences are very, very tricky. So you'll have to identify. In order to identify those intransitive verbs in a sentence, you'll have to ask the question where, when, and how. Okay. Now see the next one. This one is also very, very tricky. The lion roared in the circus. Okay. So over here you can't ask the question what, isn't it? The lion roared what? You can't ask such question, or whom, isn't it? Over here, so the lion roared in the circus. Where? The lion roared where? In the circus, isn't it? So where? It is asking the question where. Okay, so this road over here is an intransitive verb. Okay, and there are few verbs which can be used both transitively and intransitively. Okay, now I will give you few examples here for both. Now look at this sentence. The bird sings. You all can understand that the bird is singing. The bird sings, isn't it? This is an intransitive verb over here. The bird sings. Now see another example. The choir sings, isn't it? Even till here you all can understand that there is a choir, a group of singers, and they are singing. The choir sings the national anthem. National anthem. Anthem. So over here, this verb sings and sings, it can be used both transitively and intransitively. Okay, and then another thing that you'll have to remember in transitive verbs are, at times if you see a sentence, there are two objects. Most of the time the object is one and it is the direct object receiving the action. But at times there are two objects. Like for example, Joel gave the book to my mother. Okay, supposing this is the sentence. There are two objects, isn't it, children? The book and mother, isn't it? Two objects. So in order to identify the direct and an indirect object, he'll have to ask the question first, what and whom. Joel gave what? The book, isn't it? Book. This one is the direct object. What? Joel gave what? Book. To whom? To my mother. My mother over here is an indirect object. Understood? So at times there are two objects in the transitive verbs. Okay, so this marks the end of the chapter. Okay, I am going to send you everything, okay, in your offline class. Okay, and go through everything whatever I have given. Okay, if you all don't understand anything, please message me in my personal chat. Thank you.